And I say that to say, all right, I say that to say, a lot of women say that, oh, but just imagine if you will, you run a company, right? You have 100 employees and 50 of them are women. For the men, per year, you pay them $100 each. Doesn't matter the number. The women, you pay them $100 each. Let's say you pay them $90 each. Sorry.
The woman.
But 20 of the women get pregnant. They go on maternity leave for like the next 2 to 3 months.
Very dangerous.
No, it's a very dangerous. But we're gonna have to talk about it.
It's a real
all right, no. Let me explain something. Let me explain something. A lot. All right. See, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have these rights. They should, but even women who run businesses end up having this kind of problem.
Yeah.
If you have 5 women going on maternity leave, you pay them full salary to go on maternity leave. Then you have to either pay someone else to do their job, or have other members of staff chip in to fill those gaps. You're talking about overtime. You're talking about worker frustration taking place. Sometimes it's not always that bad. It can lead to eye-opening things like, this person's role wasn't all that important anyway. Didn't need her, she left, and wasn't a big impact. Some women who go on maternity leave have very important roles. And then you're stuck with getting somebody to, fill that very important gap in a short space of time. And even when you do, what do you do after that with the new person? Or with the person who has stepped up to the plate?
And not outperforming the previous person.
All right. Now, you look at all those things and then you say, should women get the same pay as men? You get a very uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, but the answer
very uncomfortable answers come up.
But here's the problem. The answer is already yes. They all get paid the same anyway. That is the thing.
Some businessmen will say, no, you can't pay them the same.
No, I know that's what they're saying, but the law is everyone get paid the same anyway. So the matter is already kind of null and void. If you don't do it and you're found to be guilty of paying people differently, legal action can be taken against you. So it still don't even really matter. That's what it is. So the question that you're raising though is still legitimate, in the sense that, is it really fair? But to me, it's like, yo, dog.
I said this already, and I tell you, the entire office got very uncomfortable. A lot of female friends, you can't, like, setting up, when you set up an uncomfortable question like that, people get very emotional. That's why I say, as a man, a part of the job is you don't get this same privilege that a woman gets. She doesn't get some privilege that you get.
That's true.
But for some reason, the belief is that men are at some advantage. And that's why I want women to understand that there's a trade-off. There is a trade-off.
There always is, yeah.
You're a vessel for new life. You're not less important than a man. But I think that your role is a supporting role. You ever hear men say, yo, we can do anything a woman can? Men don't want to be better. Men don't think they're better. They don't think they're better interior decorators than women.
Right? Yeah, that's fucking disgusting. I don't know if you saw it. There's this meme where it's like, there's like this dude with a baby in his penis. And they put like a little scan up on it. It's like, oh, look, it's a little baby in my penis.
That's a modern man. Right?
Dog, that was disgusting. And you see him, and then giving birth. And you see this little head coming through your urethra. It's the most disgusting fucking thing I've ever seen. But Jesus. I suppose the person who made it was trying to illustrate the point that, hey guys, is it really that different for chicks? No. But still, you get what I'm trying to say? Am I making a salient point here?
Well, I agree with what John and I was saying earlier. Where you can try to be a woman and a woman can try to be a man. You understand? Because again, a woman brings new life.
But you still need the dude to do that.
So that's why I was saying the roles go hand in hand. That's what he was trying to say, right?
Yeah, but I think women bear the brunt of childbearing. I mean, there's no. To me, let me tell you, the most sacred animal on this planet is the woman. I'm saying that very confidently,
Yeah, but you're not wrong.
right? Anything that can host life and sustain it for almost a year is an amazing organism. But I just think that in and of itself, for being a man, there are no rewards for being a man. I hope women understand that. Being a man has no rewards.
But Doug, you just said that everyone has privileges, so
No, everyone has roles.
Okay.
And those roles come with certain responsibilities.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
certain privileges. So maybe in the workplace, women get maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
maternity leave is, say what, 3-4 months long?
Mm-hmm.
How long is paternity leave?
2 weeks.
If you think paternity leave
If you get that
is not as important as maternity leave, you're right to some degree, but paternity leave is definitely pivotal for the development of a child.
Agreed.
How many broken women do you see men getting involved with because those women's fathers weren't there?
Tons. That's actually like the rule for the most part.
You know, and this is why I say I blame men, because men actually have one job. You just need to know that your kids come home and see you in the daddy chair. Your wife come home and she knows that you're getting the bills paid. You come home, you know the food getting cooked. You make love or whatever you make, and you go to bed. And you do it all over again. And you get up, you lead from the front. You teach your son to tie a knot. Whilst the daughter is taught to cook something. Mm-hmm. And occasionally you take your daughter in your lap and you tell her about life. And you make sure she knows that she's protected no matter what. All she did, it doesn't need to even be real. You could be the weakest man. But she needs to believe that if she drop and cut, or if any boy tell her about her mama, her father will come with a pickaxe or a cutlass and say, yo brother, peace of you with over and over, and the rest of you with over St. Thomas.
Wow.
Even if you don't mean it. But the problem is that you get a lot of cluster B girls because the people who are supposed to love them hurt them. Men who prey on their daughters, I talk about them Monday, but blame you. Men who walk out on their children, but blame Uno. So where does that leave the rest of the men? The rest of the men have to be men who, when a woman with big breasts come in front of them and entice them to do things where them know them not supposed to do, like cheat on your wife, like walk out, like do things that will put a dent in your family structure. At some point in time, you have to learn to say no to those things.
Yeah. It's self-mastery. Is that part of self-mastery for real?
You can't expect like things like that to not come your way. It's not temptation if it's not tempting.
And
at
you
some
made
point
that
in
point
time,
the other day, and I really rate that point.
So basically you're saying, Janoi, the true measure of a man is a man who is able to be responsible.
A man who is able to understand what sacrifice he needs to make. That's what I said at the beginning. Because people is not all about just benefits.
Right.
Yeah, we're stronger, and yeah, we have more testosterone, and we're driven, and we're focused. But we have to use that responsibly. Like, power must have some kind of gauge and the cursor to move it and channel it in the right direction.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah.
That's why you have the concept of what a simp is. A simp is a man who has probably similar sexual desires like me and you, but the difference is how he goes about attaining what he desires. If he feels like he needs to be subservient to a woman to gain her love, if he's unable to say no despite the fact that this is what he wants, then he's no longer a man. He's a male.
Interesting. I mean, to be honest, I feel like a simp is really just anybody that just thinks that women are inherently more valuable than men. To me, because it's like, now that you think that is why you would then naturally just, oh, pretty girl, you're automatically above me. Let me go and prostrate myself for your attention and blah, blah, blah. That's how I personally view it. Because if you didn't have that first thought, there's no way you could be a simp. Because, say, yo, I'm not above you, but you're not above me. We're on the same level. We're just human beings here.